Hey, I don't know how long my phone will let me record because I have bad storage, but I just felt the need to kind of have a quick message and maybe like a word of encouragement. So, everybody right now is posting about 2016, and a lot of it is like nostalgia for that time period, like nostalgia for 2016, like, oh, I'd rather be there than in 2026. I can't relate to that like at all. 2016 was a horrible year for me. I relapsed from self-harm after 3 years of being clean. So from 13 to 16, I wasn't cutting myself. And then at 16, for a very foolish reason, I was talking to a lot of adult men online, getting groomed. And there was one guy out of many that when I finally told him my age, he wasn't okay with it. And he blocked me, and he was like, that's really unfortunate. Like, I'm going to have to block you now because that's not okay because you're 16. You're not like 19, like you said. And that broke me. It really broke me. I cut myself and, it got worse. I was cutting in bizarre areas like under my breasts and even on my feet. Like, on my feet. Like, I could have bled out. I was alone in my room, and there was so much blood. I was like pressing on my foot for like hours. And I was like, damn, like I might like pass out. Like I've never bled this long. Even though, blood is a big part of self-harm. Like you kind of like it if you're doing that to yourself. I loved it, to see it at least. But I had to like throw out towels because the blood was too much. Like I thought to myself, I can't ask my mom to clean this. She's going to know what's up. And so I had to throw them away. I laugh because it was such a bad time for me. And I'm 25, but I'll turn 26 at the end of April. And so it's like 10 years later, and I look back at my 16-year-old self and her life, and she had no idea. First of all, there was a lot of pain that would lie ahead, but there's also so much joy. And here's where I get like really emotional, because when I was 16, I didn't think it was possible for someone like me to be loved. I didn't think anyone would fall in love with me. And I thought if I fell in love with someone, they would never return my feelings because that had been my life. I was so unwanted, and people at school, for the most part, didn't treat me well. I suffered a lot back then, and I think it's important as Christians that we talk about those dark times, like not just the happiness that we feel like in the Lord now, because God can use those times of darkness to like refine us, and also to speak out as I am doing now, like to other people. Because when it comes to the topic of depression and of suicide, like if you're struggling with that, like I'm right there with you. And it's very personal for me. I wrote so much poetry during that time that I made a poetry book, Bitter Cherries, A Teenage Corpse, that I published at 22. And it was all of my teenage poetry, and it's pretty dark if you ever read it. It's like a time capsule of my life as a teenager. 13 and 19 was just awful, awful. I had a horrible adolescence. Back like 10 years ago, I was going to bed, begging God to kill me in my sleep. Kill me, God. And then I'd wake up and I'd be so upset. Like, God, like, why won't you just kill me? Like, why won't you just let me die? Like, I don't want to suffer. And I think about how now I'm 25 and I'm like literally married to this amazing man. And we sometimes read the Bible together, and every day we're reading these 2 devotionals together. My mom got us this one as a wedding gift. And then my mom got me this one as a gift around a year ago. Like, God is so good. He's so good. And like, if you're struggling with the thought of suicide, like, don't do it. Like, I just think of the pain that I had back then, and I guess it's great for people that they are nostalgic over that year. Maybe it was really good for some people, but I don't miss it. It was a really difficult time for me, and I was also, like I mentioned, being groomed by so many men online and choosing to exploit myself as a young girl because I thought, like, that's the only way I'll be loved, is through, like, showing my body. And not to mention, I was a total porn addict at this point. I just couldn't escape it. And 2016 is also the year I walked away from God because I was angry about some Bible verses. I didn't agree with it about, like, homosexuality being wrong in God's eyes, and women not, like, shouldn't be leaders in the church and stuff. Like, those two were the reasons I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't. I would cry to God about being bisexual and wanting him to take that away from me. I would say, like, I either want to be lesbian or straight. Like, I don't want to deal with both. It's too much. Because I'd read these Bible verses. And yeah, I mean, that was just a bit of an emotional roller coaster, but I really felt it was important to talk about. And I just realized, like, everyone could see that I'm wearing, like, my Twilight shirt. Like, but that's who I am. I have, like, all these different interests. I do talk about God. I talk about K-pop. I'm also into Twilight. I'm into the Nana series, all this different stuff. And I know my channel is, like, an up and down, like, what is she gonna post? And, that's kind of like my personality. A little bit of everything, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to, even though I got emotional there, I wanted this to be a word of encouragement. That even if you're in the darkest part of your life, like, I promise you that even if it takes a decade, like, hold out. I still suffer with depression at times, but it's so much better. My God, it's so much better. I am on Lexapro now. I take propranolol and Lexapro, and they're both great. Of course, prayer is great too, but don't be skittish as a Christian to seek out medicine as well if your depression has been as long-term as mine. I would really recommend that. So if any of you especially are, like, teens or something and you're suffering, like, it's not the end. Like, high school is not the end. If you're being bullied, if you hate yourself, like, and you're in high school or college or whatever age, but especially that young, like, that's not the end. Like, hold out. Like, seriously seek God, because I walked away from God, and that's a big reason those years were so hard on me, and I was so alone. I had no hope. Now when I suffer, I have hope and peace, and I rest in Jesus. And that's just such a special bond and relationship. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. God bless you all.